What's up everybody, it's Sean here today to give you guys a review of the Aimé Dore collaboration with New Balance on the 650R in the silver or gray colorway. Today's video was sponsored by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell ETPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable pair for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and I personally find them to be very comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code BOO, that's BOO at checkout, and get 33% off your entire purchase. So this is the latest collaboration between Aimé Dore and New Balance, bringing back once again the 650R silhouette. So these released alongside a navy or blue colorway and a green pair as well, and all three were released via an online raffle on October 6th for a price of $165 US each, or 245 Canadian dollars. So the colorway for this one is officially called Silver on Aimé Dore's website, and the style code for this shoe is BB650R01. Before we go on any further, here's a quick look at the box, and as you can see, this comes in a white-based cardboard box with New Balance and Aimé Dore co-branding. On the top we have this stripe, which is done in a mix of dark blue and red, and something that I found very strange was the label on the box itself. So as you can see, this looks almost like it's a fake label, and they even misspelled the first word in Aimé Dore's name. So instead of Aimé, it says Aim, which I thought was pretty strange, but honestly a little bit funny too. So the 650R is obviously the high top version of the very popular 550 silhouette. And while it hasn't been nearly as popular as its low top brother, this retro silhouette from the 80s still has a decent following. And when it comes to ALD collaborations with New Balance, almost always it's very well received. Unfortunately, I can't really say the same thing about this collection. Just from reading responses online on Reddit, for example, I think it's safe to say that the reception on this pack has been lukewarm at best. And in my opinion, I can't even lie to you guys, I'm not a big fan of this color blocking at all. Still, there are some redeeming qualities about this collaboration, so let's dive into the details and I'll give you guys a closer look. So the base layer of the shoe, visible on the toe box, this is covered in a cream colored mesh. We have a hit of this light gray colored leather right above this, and then overlaid on top of the edge, we have this asymmetrical overlay of dark gray colored leather. This leather covers the majority of the upper of the shoe, and found on the lateral side we have 650 branding, and you'll notice that this panel here is completely perforated towards the bottom half. Cut away from the mid panel, we have the New Balance N logo, which is done in this cracked finish in this light brown or tan color. Moving upwards, the top portion of the back of the shoe is covered in more of that mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box, and this gives it a very lightweight and flexible feel. Beneath this we have more of a lighter gray colored leather, and this wraps around the back of the shoe, and on the edges we have New Balance branding stamped on in dark gray. And then beneath this, surrounding the bottom half of the heel, we have more of that dark gray leather, and then pressed onto the center, we have the New Balance logo on the right foot and the ALD logo found on the left foot. Underneath this, we have a TPU heel clip as well, which is done in two different tones, and this is there to give you additional support and structure for the back end of the shoe. And then moving on, as far as laces go, so these actually come with three different lace options. The standard or default lace is done in this light gray finish, which has a slight tint of olive to it. But if you're not feeling these laces, they also give you a dark gray colored lace and a cream colored pair as well, and I have to say all three laces seem to be really good options. Underneath this, we have a nylon tongue, which is done in a cream color, and at the very top, we have this large tag with that bouncing apple New Balance logo and Aimé Dore 650 branding at the very top. So the back of the tongue and the interior of this shoe, this is lined in a cream colored nylon material, giving it a very smooth feel to the touch. And then as for the insoles, so these come with an ortholite insole, and just like all your other 650s or 550s, this is a dual layer insole. So the top layer is lined in this white colored textile, and we have ALD branding on the left insole and New Balance branding on the heel of the right insole. And then the back half of the insole, there's a secondary layer of foam, which cradles that top layer, giving you an added level of comfort and cushioning. So the upper of the 650R sits atop this solid rubber cupsole, which is entirely painted in this cream color. We have the New Balance logo and the New Balance word mark found on the lateral side, and then if I flip the shoe over to the medial side, we have this wedge of exposed foam, which is basically the foam cushioning that's found within the midsole, but it's only visible on this side. And then finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, here we have your standard 650R outsole. This is once again entirely done in this cream color. We have the circular pivot point on the forefoot, along with this New Balance word mark found on the bottom heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like all my other 550s or 650s, so I personally prefer to go a half size down to a size 9.5. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I know depending on the release, some 550s fit more snug than others, but more often than not, I find that going a half size down fits me better. When I stick true to size, while the width of the shoe is okay, I just find that there's way too much room lengthwise. So it really depends on the width of your foot and how you like your shoes to fit. If you like more of a relaxed fit, you can definitely stick true to size, but if you like more of that snug one-to-one fit and you don't like extra space in front of your toes, then half size down should work, assuming you don't have really wide feet. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go a half size down in other New Balance silhouettes like the Made in USA 992s, the 990 V3, V4, V5, and the 998. And in comparison, I stick true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 997, the 990 V2, because I find that those two models usually have a bit more of a narrow toe box, and a lot of the made in UK models like the 991, the 1500, and the 1530, as well as most of my 2002 RS2. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so the 650R and the 550 for that matter, it seems to be a very hit or miss silhouette when it comes to comfort. For myself, I find them to be very comfortable. And it's just one of those models that the more you wear them, the more they break in and form to the shape of your foot. And over time, they just feel that much more comfortable on feet. Some people absolutely don't like how they feel on feet, which is understandable. It can be a little bit restricting width-wise in the toe box, but just from my personal experience, the more I wear them and the more they soften up, it feels like a beefier and more cushioned retro sneaker, for example, a more cushioned Nike Dunk, for example. And I feel like the support on the shoe is top notch. It really hugs the upper of your foot, and there's a ton of stability with this hard cup sole as well. So if you couldn't tell by now, I'm a big fan of how these feel on feet. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was really good. I wouldn't say that it was at the great level, but when you compare this to, for example, general release 550s on the market, the materials used on those pairs oftentimes have a very hard plastic feel to them to the touch, whereas for these guys, when you run your fingers across this gray leather, you can see those natural leather grains, and it has a bit more of that softer feel to it compared to the pleather that they use on other mass-produced colorways. And in terms of the craftsmanship, I really had no issues at all with my pair. Both the left foot and the right foot were consistently cut. No real glue stains that I could see at all, no loose threads. So all in all, a very solid job from the New Balance factory. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. While the materials were solid, the craftsmanship was great, the comfort is always really good in my opinion. It's just the color blocking that I just can't get with. Honestly, from the moment I saw the initial images of this pack, my first impression was that it was just really ugly to me. And while I guess you can say they've slightly grown on me once I had them in hand, I still can't say that I'm a fan of any of the colorways from this trio. But for anyone watching that's a fan of this collection, that's probably a good sign for you. A lot of people that bought these probably are going to offload them on the market for retail or below retail. So if you forgot about entering the raffle or you took an L on the raffle, I'd be shocked if you weren't able to secure a pair for yourself for retail price. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Aimé Dore New Balance 650R in the silver or gray colorway. Of the three pairs in the pack, how would you rank them from best to worst? I'd probably go with this gray one number 1, the green one as number 2, and the blue one as number 3. But to be honest, like I said before, I'm not a fan of any of the three colorways. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esgo8, check out my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review despite its more negative tone than usual. A big shout out to the sponsor for today's video, Heffelux. And for everyone watching, thanks for your love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.